Hey everybody, hi, this is Kathy with Northstar Prepsteader. I am in Minnesota. Minnesota? Oh, that really sounded good there. Um, yes, I live out in west central Minnesota in the middle of cornfields, and we have somebody up. There's always a delay for when you pop in to when I see you. But welcome on this wonderful August evening that's nice and warm. Hey, Bandana Grandma, hello. Yeah, Minnesota. Hi, Julie. Thank you all for coming so much. So, Bandana Grandma gets the prize for being first. I don't have anything to give, but you've got the prize. And she's a moderator too, so thank you so much. Thank you for coming. How are you guys doing tonight? Oh, it's I think I picked and ended up picking the last of my beans. The plants are looking pretty done. So it's just out there. And no, I don't have a wood chipper. No, the wood chips that are in my garden, I did buy the bags of wood chips there. So when I about every other year or so, I put a refresher coat down there, and it takes about 20 bags of wood chips. And that's why I really was considering doing rock in there. I just couldn't swing it this summer. And also being gone so much, that was going to be a huge project in hauling all that rock in there and doing all that. But wood chips are good. So Julie, good here. I am putting my seeds in the new plastic pocket holders. Oh, good for you. Oh, you know what? I never did see the Fargo movie. So, but I can imagine what they probably did with the wood chipper. It was probably not that great. Oh, gracious me. So, knowing something that probably went on in that movie. Unfortunately, those movies are fun and they're great and everything, but they end up giving like with most areas really of the world, they end up giving like an exaggerated view of what Fargo really is. I mean, Fargo's a metropolitan area. Their medical system is huge. Their educational system is huge. All this kind of stuff. So, hi, Karen. How are you doing? Good to see you on here. I know you've had a rough couple of weeks there. It's good to see you. It was so wonderful being able to meet you in person. It was great. So, and you too, Bandana Grandma, and it was really fun. So, but yeah, back to the Fargo movie. People, Hollywood they want to glamorize it to get, of course, the sales and the effect and everything. And if they think that North Dakota or Minnesota and the Fargo area and everything is all backwards and everything, that's the impression people get, not only in the country, but around the world. So, it's a shame really, because it's a nice city. They do a lot. There's a lot going on there. Like I said, in education, in faith within the community, in community service within the medical community is huge there. They've got colleges. Several colleges there. So, I have not met any backwards people at all in Fargo whenever I've been there. So, anyway, so thank you, Karen. Really appreciate that. So, got a few more people coming up. They're coming in here. Oh, that's great. So, we had another warm day, mid 80s. The heat index was supposed to be close to 90. But we've got a couple storms coming through this week that are going to bring us into the 70s for the daytime highs. So that'll be kind of nice for a while. I know it's not going to really help the plants really ripen really well and grow well, but it sure makes it a lot easier to work outside. Karen, I saw Jen and Zach's cleaning out their greenhouse video, and that was great. It looks wonderful there. And I can't imagine how hot that was. But so did any of you go to Hannibal at all for the Homesteading Life Conference? Or are you all tucked in your homes back where you are? So anyway, my tomatoes are getting big. They're getting huge. Nothing's turning yet. They're all still green, but I'm getting some really nice sized ones. It was really great. Yeah, my beans are just about done. Just was editing my videos for picking beans for the first time last night, and my plants are just about done. So, just being gone for a week in New Orleans, and then 3.5, 4 days for the Hootenanny, and so many things just right in a row. It's tough. And last week I had like zero energy. I was so wasted because I came and did my live like just the next day. I had just gotten home. So the live conference was a little different since it was a Sunday, Monday. Oh, okay. Yeah. That was a kind of a strange time to have it instead of like a Saturday, Sunday, or a Friday, Saturday. So I'm not sure why they did that. So, hey, Billy Joe, how are you? Oh, you know what? You'll make it. Your garden, you'll be able to do what you can do with the space you have. So you finally got your concrete container garden replanted. Oh, good. Good. You're just going to hope this works. That's very clever. Oh, that's good. Well, you got to realize that what I've been working on out there in my garden it's a kind of culmination of 25 years. So it takes a while. So people who are able to just like go in and just totally revamp and grow and make things look fantastic in the first year. I'm just thinking of like Josh and Carolyn in Idaho, the homesteading family. I mean, they have a huge garden, but I mean, they worked hard and they put a lot of money into that. And, I'm just me and limited in time and funds. So anyway, hello, Built on the Rock Homestead. How are you doing tonight? Thank you for coming. So I mean, their garden just is like flourishing, and they're just getting so much. But they also have a lot of people to feed and a lot of people to be working in the garden too, to be all working together. So it's it's a concerted effort. So each of us, we can only do what we can do with where we're at with our time of life. So Billy Joe, if you have the seeds, things will come together at some point. And actually, I just got some ebooks on how to create your own hydroponic gardening system with PVC pipe. And I'm thinking about this winter creating some of those that I can keep inside because, I have my indoor light system. And all right, you've got seeds. Very good. So that, I'm just going to start out trying some things like lettuce or spinach or whatever and just see how that goes. And maybe develop here in the frigid in the north, some overwinter indoor gardens that I can keep doing rather than just like, my starter setup in the spring. So anyway, I'm excited to get into it. It's going to be this fall after I'm all done with everything, all the harvest in the garden and everything. I'll look at that a little bit more, but it's very, very interesting. So thanks, Bandana Grandma. Appreciate it. It does help me grow my channel. So it does. That I know this is a tough time for people to come in, but I do end up having a lot of people come in afterwards. Usually my lives by like tomorrow night, I've got like 100 views or something like that. So I mean, it does help. I'm not I'm not nearly in the ranks of like, 25,000 views in the first hour and a half or something. So I don't even know if I want to get there because that's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of work to keep that up, but we'll see. We'll see where the Lord takes me on that, right? So, so my squash plants are finally starting to take off a little bit. I've had to fertilize them a number of times. They're in pots, and I mean these are good sized pots. They're 12 to 14-inch diameter pots, and at least maybe even 15 inches. And so they really are like tree pots, and I thought they would do really, really well. Although you know what, when I was driving through the countryside yesterday, I was noticing some other gardens that have even like commercial areas that do a lot of pumpkins and squash, and you could see in the fields where their gardens were like totally spread out, and their squash plants were just barely starting. And I think it is just going back to our spring and our late spring, our wet and cool start of the summer, and all the squashes are just taking so long because usually by now, like the pumpkins and everything, well, it is just the beginning of August. Man, it feels like we're already like at the end of September, and I'm just getting ahead of myself. But so like all the pumpkins for Halloween, normally they start coming in the middle of September or something. So at this point, the vines should be long, and it should be getting like little pumpkins already. And really, the plants aren't any bigger than a couple feet in diameter. So I guess how slow they're going is kind of in keeping with what other people are dealing with. So built on the rock, you're hot because you're in Texas. Hungry. Oh, the rice is cooking on the stove. Oh, good. You're glad that you don't live near toll roads because they rob people. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's like my, of course, as you saw, my topic for tonight. And you guys like it when I do a topic, kind of like, I mean, we have a lot of conversation, but I have like one core thing that I talk about. I just want to know if you guys really like that or not. But I've got some statistics here on the toll roads because I had to deal with them going to the Hoot Nanny through Indiana and Illinois. And I know probably Bandana Grandma, you had to deal with them through Ohio because there's a toll road there, unless you were able to miss the toll roads. Now, if you take some of the other highways, you don't end up doing them. But yeah, built on the rock, you pay, and then they send you another bill with interest as if you never paid. Oh, okay. Is that like they think that you went right through the toll or something, that you didn't stop? So thank you, Bandana Grandma. It's so sweet. I also, on my channel, I have a link for a Teespring for t-shirts. Today I just put up some new shirts for that go along with my CD that I put out, which is the music video that I did a couple weeks ago, and put that up. So Scott, hello. So it's Wind of Heaven was my song from a music video, and so I have some shirts that are up for that. So hey JB, thanks for coming. Appreciate it. So Bandana, you had to get 2 new tires and a front end alignment. Oh, I know the roads are terrible in Michigan. I was so worried about my car too. So my car is a leased car, so I take like really good care of it and make sure that I'm not hitting any ruts or anything. But I-94, an interstate highway through Michigan, was just horrible. It was horrible. And so it wasn't a toll road, but those roads were really bad. So, oh, well, good, Scott. I'm glad there was no delay. Yeah, you kind of had the delay going last night, didn't you? But thanks, Bandana Grandma. So also I have another website that I sell my CDs on. So if you wanted the music from my music video, it's on one of those CDs, so it's there. So So Built on the Rock, it happened to you. It happened to you, friend, and was on the news. It happens to people who don't have the pass. They send a bill, we pay, but they don't credit us. Oh no. We have to prove, but no one to prove it to. Oh, that's terrible. So you just end up double paying. Now, is there toll roads through Texas then? I haven't driven through Texas, so I don't really know. But yeah, it was, Karen, that was like the first time I think I've actually driven through Michigan. I've, driven through Ohio, south of there and everything. I've flown into Detroit, but I've never driven into Michigan. And I was not impressed at all. It was pretty rough. And as you know, even around Jackson, everything was pretty rough there. So, hey, Janet, how are you doing? Oh, you're from Michigan. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to diss your state. It was just like the roads. I come from Minnesota. We have great roads here. We have a really, really good road system. A lot of the money, I mean, yes, we get taxed for it and everything, but, some comes from our gas tax, some comes from, a normal income tax, different things like that. But they do upkeep it a lot. And, I mean, it's fantastic. Our roads are in really, really good shape. And so when I go to other states that have toll roads, that they're taking in all this extra money besides income tax, besides taxing them, gas tax, all this other kind of stuff, you would expect the conditions of the road to be really, really good. So Built on the Rock, you contacted the state legislature, told it is a real problem. The companies know what they are doing. Yep, they're so hey, Overlook Valley Homestead, hello. Yes, you finally caught my live. Thank you. I think everybody's gonna like this subject tonight, right? Oh, goodness sakes. There are toll roads in Austin and other places. So the tolls are more citywide rather than like interstate or intrastate wide. So, okay. So I had to take tolls through Indiana and through Illinois. And of course, there's always such delay. One of them in Illinois seriously sat there for 30 minutes just waiting to get through and paid. But, all right. Little bit of information here. And this is stuff that now I got off the internet. So I want to get also your take on everything. And I want to see what you guys feel about this and what your, if you know anything differently than what I've found out here. So in Indiana, in 2015, the company the toll road was not owned by the state. It was owned by a company, a corporation that had like a 75-year lease on the road. Well, they went bankrupt, and it was bought out by an Australian company. So that toll road is owned by a foreigner. Big surprise, right? But hey, Steph, how are you doing? So they bought it and continued on the lease and everything. The documents, everything was filed and decided by a judge in Chicago for the Indiana toll road. And they were the ones like, yeah, this is a good thing. You need to be doing that. So it's owned, it says, by 30 Australian pension funds. So anyway, a lot of investors, I guess, within that company. Yeah, it's crazy. It was a $6 billion debt that they had, that the company bought out. So that was in 2015. Well, then 2018, the governor decided, it's like, you know what? We need to add another $1 billion. Hey, Bob, how are you doing? Thanks for coming. Hi, Connie. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. So we're talking about the Indiana toll roads right now because these are ones I went through when I went to the Hootenanny in Michigan. So Indiana, um, for those who are just coming in, the toll roads are now owned by an Australian company that has investors because the Indiana company went bankrupt. So the governor wanted to last year get more than $1 billion in infrastructure projects that would be funded by a 35% increase in the toll road fees. Now, it's been a few years since I've taken the tolls and driven that way, and I was just like astounded how much they had gone up. And but this is like, I'm just like, the money was, they wanted $100 million to go into a broadband grant program for high-speed fiber optic access to underserved parts of the state. Not even like at the toll booths or along the highway where you could have internet access. Totally different part of the state. They wanted to part of, and this is stuff that the toll fees fund. They don't go, you'd think that, okay, I'm putting in my $3 at this toll booth, and that's going to go to helping build this highway and to maintain it and everything. Well, I didn't see any construction projects going along throughout Indiana. There were, even in Chicago, in Illinois, I hardly saw anything either. And the roads were not in good shape. So, I mean, it's like they weren't even maintaining it. And I'm like, all the millions of cars that go through every day and the money that they take in is just astounding. And the money's not even going there. There's going to be another grant program to expand hiking, biking, and riding trails throughout the state. So your toll money was going to that. They also wanted to put $20 million of it to establish a grant program to attract more additional nonstop international flights. So I'm like, oh my goodness! I'm sorry, I got to stop and catch up on these chats here. So Steph, you said, how do you just not worry about everything? We can't get a loan until your husband finds another job. You can't enroll your kids in school. You don't know where you're going to live. Oh, wow, Steph, you just kind of like caught right in the middle there. The Lord's got you. Got a plan for you, and He knows exactly what you're going through. And this is one of those times you're just gonna have to trust and get really creative and try to find anything that you can. Yeah, Connie, try to avoid the toll roads if you can. I mean, sometimes you can't, but maybe do some research ahead of time. So there's a new alternative to the Indiana toll road. Okay. Oh, that would be good. Now, because I was going into Michigan, Bob, I think I had to take that part up there, but maybe if we were going further south, like across the middle of the state, is that where the toll road or the new alternative would be? If Bob is in the house, so. Construction in Michigan. I did not see any road construction in Michigan either. Now, I will have to say, though, that I-69 going south from, I don't know, I had to take 94 over. I can't even remember. It was before Kalamazoo. And then, anyway, 69 south, that was a good road. And I know they've been working on that, and that one was really good. But I-94, an interstate highway, you'd think, like, that would be really, really good. So, hey, Tori, how are you doing? No problem. I know how it is canning, so thank you for coming, though. Brenda here. Hello. Oh, you're from Minnesota. Good. You have to let me know where. Hey, Gentry Homestead. I can get around the toll to Michigan, but it's sketchy. Okay. You know, and I was on a real time crunch too, so that makes a difference. But you know, just going from Wisconsin down through, because I'm coming from Minnesota down Wisconsin to get to Michigan, and so you know, I have to go around Chicago, and it's just right there. But so US 20 actually parallels the toll road, and it's now 4 lane. Oh, okay. Well, that is good to know, and that will help you because they charge by the axle when you're going out there. So thank you, Bob. That's really, really good to know. Hey, Ozark Mountain Goats. Hello. Thank you all for coming. So thank you so much. Oh yeah, in Indiana, one other thing that they're going to do with the toll road money is put a 4th water port in Lawrenceburg and expand the rail service in Northwest Indiana. So that's where the road money is going into all these other projects. Isn't that nice? Brenda here, 94 wasn't closed at all. There was road construction through Wisconsin and of course in Minnesota on it, but I ended up on my way out to Michigan. I went right through Chicago, through because I missed the 290 exit because of traffic and everything. So going right through downtown Chicago and then around Lake Michigan, and then up just 94, then all the way to Jackson, Michigan. But it was in I-94 in Michigan that was really a bad road. I mean, I got county roads back here that are in better shape than that interstate highway was. So it's 94, a 90. I don't think we have a 96. So we have 90 and 94. So, yep, Scott, you're right. Just hang in there, Steph. He will. And you know what? He's going to show his fatherliness, his fatherhood. He's going to show his glory with that. And he's going to just show you and prove to you that he's taking care of you. It's probably not going to look like what you expect it to be, but it'll be there. So you pretend that the roads are roller coasters. Yeah. Well, they don't do our cars any good, that's for sure. So and then Illinois. Oh my goodness. Okay. They have 294 miles of toll roads. They have five different roads that have tolls on them. It covers 12 counties. They get 13.5 million cars going through there a day. Now, I probably stopped at 7 or 8 tolls throughout Illinois on my way there. And the least expensive one was 90 cents, but the most was like, I want to say it was close to $5. And so anyway, I spent $40 on tolls for just my car. And, you know, times that times 13.5 million people. So anyway, yeah, they take in $6 billion a year on their, oh, no. They take in, what is it? 6 billion. Revenue. Oh, $1.3 billion on the tolls. I love this. They've got almost $11 million in miscellaneous income for Illinois. I'm like, okay, where would that be? So anyway, yeah, I just want to get you guys' take on all of this. It's just like, oh, it's this whole their income, revenue, and expense sheet for everything. Now, you'll see right here it says capital expenditures. Okay, their total income is, I don't know if this is backwards for you guys or not, $1.4 billion is their total revenue. Now, capital expenditures is what they actually spend on the road, which is about half of that is what they spend on the road. So the money that we're paying as we go through is going to all of these other I love this. Their expenses, they go decreases. These are operating expenses. And I mean, these are all like their legal stuff, administration, communications, finance, they spend um, $300,000, $300 million more on these expenses than they do the actual road. So it's crazy. I don't know. It just shows you where things are going with all that. Just yeah, it is insane. It is insane. So so Tori, what do you mean by 2030? You'll find the docs that show the toll roads ties in. Okay. Oh, Steph, we will be praying. We will be praying. So, did he have an injury? That he needs more surgery then? So Dave Northwater, hello, how are you doing? He says, when you go in the heart of the crooked city, some graft is going to stick. Yeah. So anyway, that was my little experience from last weekend that I didn't have a chance to pull together for last week's live. But anyway, it just was like, it just kind of fries me, it's, I know people who had like RVs, they were traveling there and just from Wisconsin, spent $70 one way on tolls. And when you're a homesteading family, especially, or really any family right now, that's a lot of extra money to have to figure in. So Bob, I'm glad that you're getting some extra information on other roads. So, Agenda 21. Okay. So is that by 2030, something's going to be, you'll have toll roads or other stuff's going to go on? And maybe missed it here. So, let me see here. Okay, Steph. Well, thanks so much for coming. Just be at peace, please, and trust that the Lord will take care of it all. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, you're definitely going through some trials right now, my dear. You will get through it. There's hope, and you will get through it. Okay. So anyway, yeah. So my car got a little bit beat up on the way back with the tires and the suspension and everything. So but it's all good. It's all good. So, Grammy Karen, how's everybody doing in your household? I know that Jen and Zach are going to be getting on for their first live in 2 weeks. So that'll be nice. That'll be good. And Wyatt too was doing as well as can be. Okay. Well, we continue to keep them in our prayers. So yes, Ozark Mountain Goats, absolutely. So it was, and I'm sure that there's a certain amount of guilt that they're feeling in being gone, especially making a decision at the last minute to leave and to be gone, and then they weren't there, and which is very natural, but I hope that they don't hold on to that. So yeah, it was a long ride home. I can understand, absolutely. So so anyway, have you you all been watching Pratt's, you know, they put out like a whole playlist out of all the videos that everybody was submitting from the Hootenanny and all the things that we had going on. So just wondering if you've been able to see any. Um, Mike really liked mine. He was like, I love the way that you sped up everything for or when they were doing the get up, I did it in fast motion and everything. And then he said the music you put with it. Anyway, he really liked it. So, and I'm getting a great response from other people with that. So it was really good. So, hey, Rainbow 505, thanks so much. Thanks for much for coming. You know what? I often put my laptop on my kitchen counter and I'm canning and doing other stuff there too. So not only when lives are going on, but just trying to catch up with some of the videos. Yeah, I know. And you know what, Grammy Karen, I have not even told Jen or Zach this at all, but you know, when we left the hotel at the same time, and I went to my car, you guys went around the back to your car. Well, I got to my car and realized I had forgotten my car keys in my room. So I went back into the hotel and was hunting for my keys. I finally found them. It was like maybe 5 minutes or something. And I went back out again. And I was still at the hotel when you guys got the call. And so I found out afterwards, and I was just like, oh, I could have just been there. And then I got in the car, and I kind of kept looking at, you know, first of all, I was checking my GPS to get the right directions and everything. But I pulled into that vacant lot that was right in front of the hotel, and I was in there, and of course the sun was in my eyes, and it was like behind you guys, and I didn't know what Zach and Jen's truck looked like or anything, but I thought I saw maybe you standing out there on the phone or something. I don't know. I thought it was somebody else, but I kind of was looking and waiting and just didn't know if I should go or not. But then it's like, no, that must not be you. And so I took off and left. And I feel badly that I didn't follow through on my instincts there, and kind of I think the Holy Spirit was just guiding me in that direction and just like, no, go back. But so I feel bad that I didn't go back and be there with you guys right then, but know that you were definitely in my prayers. So hi, Miss T, how are you? From Nebraska. Oh, you just got my notice. Okay. Gets a little bit delayed sometimes. So hey, Dave from Oak Knob Farm, how are you? Hunting all those diamonds. That was pretty cool. Bob, that was quite a gift you ended up getting from him too. So, oh, thanks, Grammy Karen. Appreciate it. Hey, Michigan Daffodil. Yes, you got me live. Thanks. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate that. So, has anybody been watching the Homesteading Life Conference? I'm just wondering. I've gotten on a couple times of Daryl's thing, and one time it was just like so bright and washed out I couldn't see anything, and then the next time I was on, the sound was just like all off. I couldn't hear him or anything, and so just didn't know if things were sound quality was so bad. Yeah, it's like I couldn't hear Daryl at all, but then where he had his other camera, it was picking up like all of the sound and everything. So it was kind of hard to hear. It looked like things were really good, but okay, hard to hear the presentation. So, well, they drove a long ways to get there to set that up. So kind of too bad that it didn't work out a little bit better. So people are watching it or trying to anyway. I don't know. Is anybody? It's probably just getting over with now, and people are heading home maybe. So I didn't know if anybody on here had been able to go there. So, so anyway, guys, tell me what's going on with you. want to find out what's happening in other parts of the country. For so long, it was bad weather here and there, and everybody's contending with that. Now I think it's just everybody's hot and dry. Oh, I do have a question though. I mean, I've grown beans for almost 30 years, and it's just like I know beans, but it's like when it gets right to now these are bush green beans. When it gets right to the end of kind of the plant's harvesting ability and everything. Um, and somebody asked me this before, and I thought it was just because things would get dry, like they wouldn't have gotten watered enough or something. But I've been watering mine enough. But there's like one or two batches towards the end that the beans will only get so big, but then they're hollow, and then they just shrivel up and dry. And so I'm just wondering if you guys know what that's. Is it just that the plant is on its last leg? Is it something that's going on? I mean, it happens every year, and I end up losing the potential of probably another 3 or 4 pounds of beans, which would be really, really nice. But so if you guys have any ideas on that, that sure would be great. Oh, love you too, Billy Joe. Thanks so much for coming. I really appreciate that. So thanks, Miss T. Yeah, the lettuce is really great. I gave a bag to my parents and a bag to my sister. I only have one sister, and they absolutely love it. And they're just like, "Oh, this tastes so good! It's so wonderful to have fresh garden lettuce again." So Connie, how hot is it up there? So Haywire Homestead texted me half an hour ago. Oh, okay. Info overload. Well, we all need to rest at times, absolutely. So, David, sounds like you have a really good momentum there on just a little bit of this and that. So Grandma Karen, you've never had that happen to your beans. Okay. So I don't know if it's just, if it dips, I mean, because we had some nights in the low 50s, if that would like stop their growth and then they would go again. I don't think they never got dry, so it doesn't do that. But okay, Bob, I was just wondering. Oh, short of potash too. Okay, the plant's on its last leg. All right, my soil has just really been short of potash. It really has. So okay, Dave, your beans do that too. So something's eating your beans when they're tiny. Oh. You know what? All the things we have to contend with out there is like I end up being glad I get my 30 jars of beans from them. So yeah, potash. So I have fertilized them a couple times, but I think it wasn't enough for them. So it's good to know for the future, actually. So okay, Michigan daffodil. So Prepsteader Bob said also give them some extra fertilizer, some potash. So that would help too if they have new blossoms. I had a few plants with a few blossoms on it, but the leaves were getting eaten too. So I'm just starting to pull them. So okay, so that's what it does. Thank you for being here, Bob, and helping us with that. So all in very humid. Okay, Connie. So. Plant heavy and hope for the best. That's what it is. Yeah, Bob, when I went back to get another box of that same fertilizer that I'd gotten when you were here, they were all out of that, which had the higher potash percentage. So I ended up getting another one that was 20-20-20. And so I doubled that and I've been using that. But probably fertilize other plants more than I did my beans. So yes, they are pretty flowers, Connie, absolutely. So potash, Bob will let you answer that. You can use ashes from a pellet stove. I would think, yeah, ashes are something you can incorporate, right? You know, when you don't have the plants in there, right? To build up your soil. So, hey, Bev. No, I didn't get rain this morning, and we need it desperately. So I'm watering the garden right now, and I was expecting a storm to come through and just like saturate everything, but we never got a drop. So it just went everywhere else. The white fluffy ash. Okay. Um, that's just a music stand right there. That is my music on there. Yes, and my keyboard is upstairs actually. So I need to work on this room. I want to make it more accessible for bring my keyboard down here and do my recording down here as well. So kind of have everything all together. So I have some plans. It's just been a crazy summer, really, really busy. So, oh, Dave, that's good to know. Not the black charcoal stuff, just the white fluffy ash. So, okay. Yep, your super soil. Dude, you know, I saw that and everything. Do you talk about the depletion of the potash in there and what to do with that? I didn't remember if you did. I know you had talked about, you know, how to build the soil and what to incorporate into it to make a super soil, but when certain areas are depleted, what you use, I don't remember. Oh, Karen, thanks. Play live. Um, I would only be able to play things that I wrote because of copyright issues and doing other songs, unless I sang Happy Birthday or something. But, you know, or did songs that were public domain because I don't want to get in trouble with having doing a song, you know, like a current praise song or something that is copyrighted. So I have to be careful of that. Michigan daffodil. Yeah, me too. It's like there's so much information out there, and I can only like apply pieces of it at a time, right? So, well, Bev, you're not that far from me. You got rain and wind. That's pretty cool. Wood ash helps, but the microbes in the soil want varied potash sources. Okay. All right. Well, that's great. Hey, Heritage Farms, Texas. Hello. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much. Oh, Connie, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It's getting some pretty decent views on it, and so I will have to work on another one. So, but thank you. I appreciate that. I do have. You can get my CDs. I have a website that you can get them with all the songs on them, including the one that I did, and that's the link is. It's on the music video itself on that video. So I've got the link below that you can go to that and get it if you want to. So I don't know, Dave, if you're able to find that or not, that would be great. You can put that up for people. So so Bob says I make a layer of compostable materials for the mulch. That way it breaks down straight to the plant. Yeah. Does that then automatically have the potash in it then so those elements for that particular thing? So because I know you know, I mean, you went into all the scientific microbes and all the other stuff that was in there, but so that already includes everything that you need for potash and for phosphorus and everything. So Michigan Daffodil, you said you started compost last summer. It is looking good. You put food scraps in ice cream bucket and add water, put the lid on, let it sit in the sun. Oh, that's cool. Very good. Yes, I do understand. It's kind of that over, I used to say over 50 thing, but it's now over 60 things. Yes. Um, so Bev, you have an outside stove. You mix ashes in with grass clippings and cow poop. Oh, that would be a good thing. So third year in the garden is going crazy. Oh, I wish so too. How far are you from Sauk Center? So built on the rock homestead, you say you've had no luck composting. You have ghost chickens, ducks, and the geese eat it all. Oh, do you have it like somewhere where it's secure, where they can't get into it? So, yes, Michigan Daffodil, I do agree with you. Bev has a great plan. So, high potash materials are banana peels and coffee grounds. Oh, okay, okay. So if I were to go to Caribou Coffee and ask for all their coffee grounds at the end of the day, then I could spread it through my whole garden. I might have to have a plan for this fall and the next spring here. So I don't have much in the way of banana peels, but I think I could get a hold of coffee grounds. Even though I don't drink coffee, I could do that. So use the chicken poop. Yep, Prepsteader Bob has a really, really good video on that, a whole list of things. So I actually printed all that out and I've got it somewhere. So, just way too many things to get going and to have going on. So it gets crazy here. I've been gone so much this summer and tied up. I just can't believe it. I didn't plan it that way, but it sure did end up that way. So, hey, Paul, how are you doing? Thank you for showing up. I really appreciate that. Whitetail Hollow Acres is in the house. So Starbucks does save them. Okay. Well, there's a brand new one that built just about a half hour from me, so I could check them too. Thank you. That'd be good. So I've also got some compost working that, and probably next spring it'll be all ready to go. So, oh, take the coffee grounds from church. That's a good plan. That's a good plan. Instead of just dumping it in the garbage there. So, it's homework. Oh, getting homework. So, oh, Pine River. Okay, yeah, that's a ways there. I was thinking you were a little closer to Leanna and I, but anyway, yeah, that is a bit. I was just in Buffalo this weekend. I actually went to the Twins baseball game Saturday night, so it was a good game. We played Kansas City Royals and beat them 11-3. So it was really good. So Dutch Brothers, they just put one in within walking distance. Oh, that would be nice. Walk with your little bucket and come on back. So yeah, me too, Michigan Daffodil. That's when I saw it. And it's like you really need to watch it when you're actually able to apply it at that time and um, and do that. So, oh, Paul, no, I didn't. I stayed with my sister in Buffalo, and but it was still late because it was a late game. I mean, we didn't even get on the light rail until when did it leave? 11:25, something like that. And so it was It was almost 1 o'clock before we even got into Buffalo, and I stayed overnight, and then I came home last night. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, Texas distances built on the rock homestead, that would be. Um, yeah. For me, 30 miles is nothing, but yeah, that's when you've got all those other spaces, the grocery store, that's when you have to make sure you're stocked up, right? So, 100 miles for the vet. Ooh, that's, yep, we got a couple more minutes here. Thank you, Michigan Daffodil. I really appreciate coming. I have actually not seen Big Family Homestead on for the last couple weeks, so I'm not sure if they're even doing a live anymore. I haven't seen anything. So, Prepsteader Bob, I don't know if you know anything or not. So, but thanks for Michigan Daffodil so much for coming. I really appreciate it. Tracy, hello. I am in zone 3. So we have very short growing season, and this week we're going to be getting back into the low 50s at night for our weather, and it's going to definitely affect like the tomato plants and the peppers and everything. So all of our nightshades, and so I'm hoping to be able to still have everything grow well. So, oh, that's right, Miss T. Yep, they were on the road. But I think the last 2 Mondays I haven't seen them. So that's what I was wondering, Bob, if because they've been out in the fields and working so hard, that they just don't have time to even set up for a live, much less the energy to do that. So, so hey Tracy, you're in Ohio. You're a fairly new subscriber. I really appreciate you coming. Thank you so much. I'm glad you like the tour. So, oh my goodness, built on the rock. Your county's bigger than Rhode Island. Wow. In Delaware. Oh my goodness. That is a lot of space. Hey, Chris or Stacy, or both. Hello, how are you doing? We've got a couple minutes left here, and I know Stivers are coming on in the next hour, in about 2 or 3 minutes here, and so I want to make sure everybody's got an opportunity to be able to get over to their live and support them and everything. So yes, Bob, I saw their video there at Jonathan's graduation from basics, so that was pretty cool. It was very good. So, but thank you, McClendon Homestead, for coming. Really appreciate it. So, you guys, thank you all so much. I'm really, really, really grateful for you all coming here, and you know, we'll see where things go with these toll roads, and but it's good to know that there are alternative roads out there and everything. So, Tracy, it was wonderful to meet you too. Yes, Dave, thank you. It's always a pleasure to have you here too. So you take care, keep finding those diamonds, and we will see you guys next Monday on my live. So, all right. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.